If you want to play Bloodborne at home, then Thymesia is the game for you. This new Souls-like will have you hacking and slashing through a dark and sad world affected by a deadly plague. Man, when are these Souls-like games going to have a happy story, I tell you? All right, let's get into my tips and tricks for Thymesia. Let's go. I've got a bunch of tips and tricks in this video to help you succeed at Thymesia. Be sure to leave your own down in the comments down below so we can all help each other out. Let's start out with the combat basics. Now, enemies have two health bars, a white and a green. The white health bar, or their wounds, will need to be whittled down before you can damage their health, which is the green health bar. This is the general flow for every combat encounter in the game, is whittling down the white health bar to whittle down the green health bar to then perform an execution to finish them off. If you don't attack an enemy for a short time, their health bar will flash, meaning that their wounds will start to heal up to wherever their green health bar is up to. You can stop this by doing any form of damage to them. Your feather attack is perfect for this, especially on bosses where you don't want to get too close. What I found is that you should use your saber for the white health bars and your claws for the green. Getting into the rhythm of alternating between them will help you succeed. Your claws do so much damage to health, so start with the saber, whittle down that white health bar, and then finish off with your claw attacks. Critical attacks are the major attacks in this game you need to watch out for, that you can dodge or you can deflect them if you do get the right upgrades, or you can even dodge into enemies as well with the right upgrades to block the critical attacks as well. So make sure you find whatever your playstyle is, whether it's dodging or deflecting, and then putting your talent points into that. For me, it's deflecting. I focused most of my talents onto deflecting. Some of those talents as well will give you offensive and defensive buffs, and these are hugely useful in combat. You should seek out the talents that give you these upgrades so that you can have the most bang for your buck in combat. And you can check which buffs you have active by the icons above your health bar, and then in the menus you can bring up your buff list as well to see what these buffs actually do. Energy is the resource in the game that you use to cast plague weapon attacks. We'll go in depth with plague weapon attacks later in this video, but for what you need to know now for the basics is that there are 21 different types of plague weapons, and they aren't just different attack animations. Some can heal you, some can knock enemies back, some allow you to attack from range.
Missed it by that much.
Finding what kind of plague weapon attack is really beneficial to you and what you like to use is critical for this game, as it's a key part of the combat encounters that you will face during Thymesia. As with any Souls-like game, you will level up using this game's souls, which is the memory shards that you'll find, and when you die, you will drop them at the side of your death. You have 3 attributes to level up when you do level up in Thymesia: Strength, which increases your saber damage and your wound damage; Vitality, which increases your overall health; and Plague, which increases your claw damage and your energy total. Initially, I'd recommend to level Vitality until you get used to the combat system, especially if you're trying a deflect build like I am, and you're going to take a bit of damage while you're getting used to those deflect timers. You can reset your attributes later with a Forgotten Feather, though this is a finite resource and you only get it from major bosses, so make sure you are certain about what you want to level up before you do that. If you want to grind out levels, the best way to do that is to do the sub-quest areas after you've defeated the main boss in the area. You can return to the areas doing like these side quest activities. You'll have a rough idea of the landscape as well as the enemies you'll find in that area, plus there's other upgrades and things you'll find in those sub-quests as well. And anytime you find a collection of memory, you can consume this item as well to give you memory shards that can be used for leveling up. You'll just get the extra rewards from having to do these, as well as then when you do go into that next stage or the next area in the game, you'll be a little bit more higher level and be able to take those encounters a little bit easier. When you level up, you will also gain a talent point, and talents are your main upgrade paths and how you choose your playstyle for Corvus, the character you play as. These can be reset for free at any time, and it's recommended to do so, especially if you're stuck on a boss, and changing your tactics can often really help you succeed. I'm playing the game as basically a deflect junkie, so I've invested a lot of my points into deflecting, my claw skills, and the strategies. However, there is some key talents that you should be looking to pick up regardless of the playstyle that you've got. Shard weapons will increase your damage with your saber attack, so it's well worth doing so you can get rid of the wound health on enemies. Plague wounds extends the time taken before enemy wounds start healing. Maximizing this time will allow you to dodge and not have to worry too much about them healing the damage you've just done. Healing execution will give you some health and energy back when performing executions, which is on every enemy that you kill, and then you need to pick between either the short claw or the long claw skills, in my opinion, depending on how you decide to play. I prefer the short claw. I originally spent a lot of time with the long claw, but the short claw skills, especially the offensive buffs you get from hitting 5 of them and they return some health to you, I feel that short claw benefits my playstyle better, but that's up to you. Let's get into the plague weapons. Now, as mentioned, there is a lot of these, and you can only have one of them equipped on you at all times, unless you do pick up a certain talent, which will allow you to have 2 equipped at one time. You can also hold your claw claw attack to Reeve, which will give you a single use of the enemy's plague weapon that you do hit with that ability. To permanently unlock these plague weapons and upgrade them, you do need to get skill shards from the enemies you kill. Now, the enemies you kill will drop skill shards for their specific plague weapon. So if you're looking for, say, the scythe plague weapon, you will need to actually kill the enemies that wield scythes to get the skill shards to then unlock and then upgrade that skill. As you do upgrade them, they will get additional benefits like different inputs that you can use. So it's well worth grinding some of these out. If you're looking to grind out these specific plague weapons, using the luck talent to increase your drop rates of these items is really beneficial, as well as reaving the enemies to give you an extra chance of a shard dropping, as you can get a chance when you kill the enemy, and then if you reave a enemy, you also get a chance of a shard dropping there. There are plenty of plague weapons to choose from. However, a couple of my favorites that you might like to try is the scythe, as it does restore HP on hit, and that's really beneficial, so you don't have to use a potion. The bow is strangely strong. It's also a really great ranged option. I also like the greatsword as a knockback, especially for shield enemies. They are just the bane of my existence, so I really like the greatsword for that. It's also worth mentioning that as you hit certain milestones with your attributes, you will gain additional benefits for your plague weapon. Say if you get 10 strength and you're using the bow, it will increase its casting speed, or for various other different effects depending on the plague weapon and the different stat that is actually benefited by. So if you like to play with a specific plague weapon, then you should upgrade the attribute that is supported by that weapon to get additional benefits. Whenever you come across a new enemy, make sure you kill them, as they will drop the skill shards to give you the initial unlocks for their plague weapon or any other benefits, often keys and other things that will benefit you as you do explore. Potions are a critical part of Thymesia, and you heal with these potions. As you progress through the game, you'll unlock 2 additional types of potions. One that heals over time rather than instantly, and another one that heals instantly but a smaller amount but has extra charges. It's up to you which potion you decide to use, as they are all beneficial and do heal you to some regard. However, it's better to focus on 1 or 2 and level up that potion, as there is a limited amount of alchemy enhancers in the game, and alchemy enhancers are used to increase your potency of your potions, not only increasing the amount of charge or the health recovery they do, but adding the ingredient slots to them. Ingredient slots allow you to add additional benefits to the potions when you use them, say increasing the amount of damage you do or reducing the amount of damage you take. It's well worth picking whichever potion you're going to focus on and then spending all of those points in that potion. Those ingredients that I mentioned can be found throughout all of the areas in the game. Be sure to explore, check behind crates and in barrels as well. There's always stuff in barrels randomly in this game. Look for that white or green mist and you should find things hidden around corners and in nooks and crannies, as you would expect from a Souls-like game. Exploring, finding shortcuts and all of that stuff is critical to do in this game, especially the subquests, as I mentioned earlier, because you can find these alchemy enhancers in those subquests as well by fighting the elites and things in there. So it's well worth doing them, especially the Sea of Trees ones, so you can get that little bit of a head start when you get into some of the harder content into the game. But hopefully you will see great success in Thymesia. Let me know in the comments down below your own tips if I missed anything. If there's any more information you would like to know about the game, I'll be sure to get back to you if you put a comment down there. I'm working on a couple more videos for Thymesia, so make sure you subscribe, keep an eye on the channel, all that good stuff, and I'll have some more videos for you on the way. Thank you for watching this video till the end. Thank you to our members for supporting the channel. My name is Norza, and I hope you have a great day.